friend over there, pizza guy from Mike's Pizza. Yeah, so I guess I lost you guys earlier. I might have pressed mute on the button here when I was trying to flip the camera around. But we're back. Sound is back on. Today's October the 31st. It's the last Friday of the month. And critical mass is going to be happening, I think, in a few hours or so. It'd be nice to be over there. Hey, whoever that just joined, welcome. I'm just talking about critical mass in San Francisco. So yeah, critical mass usually happens the last Friday of every month. And so I used to go over there. I have a lot of videos on that. If you guys like to check that out, go to Critical Mass SF and then type in Dr. Manhattan. And you'll be able to find the videos. If not, I'll try to attach a link on the description below. It's getting a little cold out here. We're starting to enter, what is it, spring? No. Fall. Yeah. Anyways, I had a whole bunch of viewers earlier, but I lost them because of my, I had lost the sound or accidentally pressed mute on the video. But yeah, here we are, just hanging out. So somebody got me a portable power bank. It wasn't one of my subscribers, but I highly appreciate that because it does help. Got full battery right now. Oh, I was talking about a story earlier, since it's Halloween. So I had a friend named Robert, and I told him that I've always wanted to get or buy a model car from a store called Talbot's Toyland that we have here in town. And I told him I wanted to get an electric motor, hook it up to one of the back wheels. So when you attach a battery to the motor, the back wheel of the car would spin. It'll make the car spin like a real car. Welcome. And so Robert said he would buy the car from Talbot's Toyland, the little model car, plastic model car. And he said me and my brother would, he'd ask us if we'd put it together. And I said, yeah, it's a deal. And so he bought the car, and we were over here at my mom's house. It was about like 12 or so, maybe 1 o'clock at night. And me and my brother had finally accomplished putting the car together. And we got a electric motor. We glued it to one of the back wheels. So when we hooked up the battery, the little model car would do donuts like a real car. And so that was pretty cool. And so Robert was asleep on a bed all the way in the back of the garage. And what happened was I told my brother, man, if only Robert was awake to see this. And what happened was if you guys know how vampires sit up when they're in a laying down position, they usually have their arms across their chest, and so I said when I said if only Robert was awake to see this, he sat up like a vampire, and then his head nodded forward, and he started to jolt and say, "It's right there, it's right there." And then me and my brother looked at each other, and we were like, we were wondering what's going on with this guy. I'm sure he was talking in his sleep. So I asked Robert again. I was like, "Hey, where's it at? Do you see it?" And my brother said, "You shouldn't talk to people in their sleep because it's not good." But I asked my brother. I told him. I said, "Let me ask him one more time." And so Robert kept jolting and saying, "It's right there, it's right there," and his head was nodded forward like that. Oh, the train's passing. I have this problem every day. So back to my story. So when I asked Robert for the last time, where was it at? Did he see it? He was jolting like this, saying, "It's right there, it's right there." And he was sitting in his sleep on. He was sitting in the bed, sitting up, still sleeping, but he was talking in his sleep. And when I asked him, I said, "Robert, where's it at? Do you see it?" He stopped jolting and he said, "Robert said he sees it." And then he leaned back like this and laid back down and his head nodded back. And me and my brother looked at each other and we just walked out of the garage and left the light on. So there's a Halloween story for you. True story. Oh my God, here comes the train again. Let me check the comments. Thank you. Much love to everybody. Thank you for joining. I got a oh my God. I gotta deal with this every day. Usually when somebody comes by to visit and they try to talk, the train tends to horn right as you're trying to speak. I'm sure somebody has had that same problem out there. But yeah, so there's other forces out there, like good and bad. And so me seeing my friend Robert do that, get up like a vampire, sit up, and then start saying it's right there with his eyes closed. And we couldn't see what he was seeing. But I asked him what he saw and what it was. And it wasn't my friend Robert that responded. Something else responded for him. And it said in a really deep voice, "Robert said he sees it." And then he had his eyes closed and he leaned back like this and he laid back down. Now tell me that's not a trippy story. True story, scary story. And so yeah, I was trying to think of another story earlier, but I couldn't figure it out or remember it. But yeah, this is where I'm at. Just surviving, staying alive, making sure I eat, stay warm. Oh, I was saying earlier, somebody gave me a power bank, which is, I love it because it's bigger than the one I use for my GoPro. And so if I attach this thing to the GoPro that I have, I can actually record, I think, about 24 hours. And the micro SD card that I have in the GoPro gives me 16 hours of recording time, but right now I'm at 3 hours left. The Tread Art, welcome. I'm good. Just chatting it up, trying something new. I haven't gone live for a while because just the quality of the video and the phone that I have, it's an old phone, and so I've been wanting to get a new Samsung phone, but don't have the money for it. I started a GoFundMe page to try and see if anybody would want to help me get a Samsung Galaxy S10 so I can actually edit my videos and download my Call of Duty Mobile at the same time, because the tablet that I have right now, I could actually show it to you guys. So the tablet that I have, it's a light model, and I believe it only has I can't remember how many gigs, but it's not much. And this thing already has a cracked screen due to putting it in the backpack. But I looked up the one that I wanted online, and you could actually bend that one, the new one, a little bit, and it won't break. It's pretty, what's the word for it? Not sturdy. Resilient? Something like that. I'll figure it out. Anyways, yeah, this is where I'm at. Got my sleeping bag here. I usually roll it up so I can sit down. before I'd sit on the concrete right here, and the concrete was pretty cold. And for those of you that have actually sat outside on concrete or on a bench on a cold day, you'll know what I'm talking about. The cold benches tend, or concrete tends to pull out your body heat, and so you start to get cold really fast. But yeah, I think I'm relax it for a bit. I'm not sure if I'm gonna maybe heat up some hot water because it is a little bit chilly. Check this out. I went to a church, a West Coast church. I want to thank one of the members there and thank everybody there because I went over there and they had free food and drinks and stuff like that. But I told one of the members there that I had lost my thermos, one of my thermoses, and without him telling me, he went to a store and actually bought me this one. And man, let me tell you, this thing works well. So I had some ice water I put in here when I went to Crystal Springs. I'm sure you guys saw that video. And so this thing kept ice in here with the water for almost going on 4 days. I had to split up the water because I wasn't drinking it. So I filled up two of my my ice thermoses right here. This one has water in it. The other one's over here. But this is where I like to keep ice water, and then I'll put regular water in here. But I have a stove in here with a propane tank, so when I heat up some clean water, I'll pour the hot water in here, and then I can actually use this for some hot coffee. Think that's something? Check this out. It even comes with its little cup. It smells like, oh, it's moist in there. Better leave it open. Well, so yeah, that's that. Oh, check out the umbrella. So the local theater here was throwing away these umbrellas, and I ended up snagging like 2 of them out of the trash can. And every time I go fishing, oh man, that things helps. And I have my fishing poles over there. I don't know if you noticed, but there's a sea turtle on the fishing pole. That's almost like the not Magic Eye books. There was a book where you look for things. I don't know if anybody can tell me what the name of that book was. I Spy? Yeah, it was I Spy. So on I Spy at the bottom, it would say what you needed to look for. And then like I spy a sea turtle. And it's right there out of all this stuff. So all right, I think I'm going to shut it down here, see what I get into. Thank you everybody for joining, listening to what I had to say, and staying positive with your comments. And until next time, if you remember Bill and Ted, stay excellent. Or sorry, be excellent to yourself. I'm out.